All right, guys, if we're going into the next crypto gaming bull run, we want to know which of these games are finally going to be those AAA crypto games that we were promised in the last bull run. Because the theory goes is that these are going to be the catalyst that's going to get mainstream adoption. These are going to be on the iPhone, they're going to be on the Xbox console, and they're going to have crypto integrated into them. And the way these AAA games seem to be going is that they take a popular game in the real world that's a game with billions and billions of dollars behind it, millions of players, and it's just really successful, and they sort of use it as inspiration. Or they just rip the game off entirely and bring it to the blockchain under a new name. We saw this with Heroes of Mavia, which is very clearly, if you come to their website, scroll around, very inspired by Clash of Clans. And so we're looking at the next upcoming launches on the Seedify launchpad. And we found 3 really promising crypto AAA style games that are coming up that could do extremely well. And of course, they are following the meta of basing their game off something that already exists in the Web 2 world and does very well. We have the crypto gaming version of Valorant, we have a crypto gaming version of Apex Legends, and we have a crypto game version of League of Legends. And all 3 of these games are pretty much, depending on what metric you want to use, the most popular games in the entire world. So in this video, I want to break down those 3 new upcoming AAA style games together. Starting with Bloodloop. Now, we've broken this down on the channel here before. We also, as you may know, are heavily invested in this ICO. So my fingers are crossed because we want them to do the best launch that Seedify's ever done. And Bloodloop seems to be a mix between Valorant and Halo, and it's a third-person shooter game. They describe themselves as a 5v5 tactical hero shooter game built on Unreal Engine 5, integrated with the blockchain. The Bloodloop project own a Neo-Tokyo citizen. Alex Becker is extremely excited about this one. He's heavily invested as well, and they've done well with their marketing just to get a lot of heavy-hitting influencers on board, of course, including us. Although we're not officially on board, we bought our way in. Now we break down these games ahead of time. So we know which ones that we want to put our money in, ones that we think are going to do extremely well. This one ended up being ranked 2nd overall out of all the upcoming Seedify game launches, which takes us to game number 2. The Apex Legends of the blockchain, at least inspired, in my opinion, by Apex Legends. And it is called Metados. Metados is a free-to-play battle royale style game that uses time as currency. Cool concept. It was developed by DOS Labs. Players will team up and fight in a 100-player battle royale, loot their time, and become the last man standing in a 16-kilometer square island. They have an open beta, which is coming this March to PC, and a mobile version of it is set to be released in Q2 of 2024. Now getting to some more technical stuff, which is always good to know that they've got the technicals down, the developers behind Metados have developed a gasless blockchain, the DOS chain, and it's an Avalanche subnet. The team has over 10 years experience in the gaming industry with more than 100 titles shipped, amounting to a jaw-dropping 1 billion installs across all their games. Of course, AVAX is one of the hottest gaming narratives, having soared probably 3 or 4x since Becker really started the narrative. And then Beam, which is built on AVAX, has also had a soar. So they do have that tailwind of that AVAX sort of narrative behind them when they're launching. You can also see their graphics just looks really good. It's a really well-made website. And I think this could be one of the AAA games that do take the blockchain mainstream. And as I mentioned in our breakdowns, where we break down every single upcoming Seedify game launch, this one hit the number 1 spot. And this takes us to the 3rd token on our list. What is the blockchain version of League of Legends? Evermoon is a multiplayer online battle arena. It's partnered and collaborating with Immutable X, launching on the Immutable X blockchain, which is the scaling solution for the games on Ethereum. And of course, it's the number 1 gaming project when sorted by market cap in the world. Now, Evermoon is saying that they already have significant traction in Southeast Asia, which is the hotspot for MOBAs. Now, the nice thing about Evermoon 2 is it's going to be a mobile game. So it will be on the Google Play Store and on the Apple App Store. So if you come over and you want to browse their website, you can see it's just put together really well. It's got a great team behind it, and it's got great graphics. So you can see the gameplay looks absolutely excellent, and it is very much based on League of Legends. They describe themselves as a next-gen 5v5 3-lane MOBA in the esports world. They say experience the revolution with Web3, incubated by, of course, Seedify. And you can see their marketing graphics and gameplay graphics just look really top tier. Now, all of these games, as I've said, are being launched by Seedify, which, as well as being a launchpad, an official sponsor of this show, They are actually also an incubator, meaning they're partnering with these games. When these projects use Seedify, Seedify actually gets some of their tokens. So Seedify want to see these games do extremely well, so they created an incubation experience where they look after the games, connect them to people in the crypto gaming world. They tell them what's doing well. They give them funding, they give them grants, and they really want to see these projects succeed. If you're interested in investing yourself in any of these projects, make sure you turn the notifications on and hit that subscribe button down below, because none of them are ready yet. They're the upcoming games. But Metados is very, very close to launching. And if you want to get notified, hit that bell button below.